My name is Teporah, and I'm a singer, pianist, and songwriter from Baltimore, Maryland. I come from a musical family, so music is in my blood. Both my mother and my grandfather were music teachers, and my grandfather played the piano, and he was also a published songwriter. And my mother was a classical musician and also directed church choir and played folk music. I've been playing piano since I was 4. It's really my first love. And I started writing songs and composing when I was about 10 and started publishing my music through BMI when I was 12. And then I continued my studies at Peabody, the Walden School, and Oberlin Conservatory, both in composition and ethnomusicology. I've also studied jazz, and those influences between the classical, the ethnomusicology, my Middle Eastern background, and folk music, they all commingle to form the style in which I write. And as I've grown as a songwriter, I've become more comfortable sharing who I am and what I represent and believe in with more intimate music that I feel really reaches listeners. And I bring issues that matter to me to my music as a songwriter who's matured into topics concerning social justice and healing and spirituality.
Oh, she works near the dirty heart.
As a woman who's both experienced and witnessed abuse, at some point in my writing career I began to fall into a trap of letting that reflect and dictate my music from a shadow perspective. But as I've grown into my own self-healing and self-love, my music now reflects that, and I'm bringing that healing to others who are on that journey as well. As part of my work that I do with women, I've been blessed to work with an organization called Songwriters Against Sexual Assault. We bring workshops and songs from the experience of having lived this to college campuses. We help young women learn how to piece through their past as survivors and work towards a future where they can feel fulfilled and at peace despite the trauma that they may have gone through. I write a lot of my music in nature. Nature is where I go for solace, as well as a feeling of freedom and peace and quiet away from human activity. And that peace allows me to freely write in a state of flow. So a lot of the sounds and feelings, especially with my ambient music, come from the rhythms and the sounds of the forest. So I incorporate those sounds and rhythms into the music that I write. My ultimate goal as a songwriter and a performer is to touch those tender places in my audience, places that they may avoid due to their own journey into some of the shadow places of humanity. And I bring compassion and release to all of my performances. I like to inspire people to find a place of peace and joy in their own life, as I have, and I bring that medicine to healing retreats, festivals, intimate circles, and women's events. I appreciate you witnessing this part of my journey, and I'm looking forward to sharing my healing music at your event.